What is the deal? Welcome to another Raider Nation Unlimited. I'm your man, Wasted Talent. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Look, man, you know, there's a lot going on. Sorry for the late start. As soon as I was going to hit the start button, the doorbell rang. And there were, I got some family members that pulled up at the house. So, I didn't want to be rude, but get wasted with your brother Wasted. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Share this thing out to all social media. Shout out to everybody on YouTube. Shout out to everybody on Twitter. Come on over to YouTube. We have cookies, y'all. Oh, my God. Look, hey, we're not representing the Dodgers. We're representing loyalty. See? I support the guys who own this brand, Loyalty Brand. Shout out to them. I wanted to get some light on what they got going on. But like I told y'all, look, the Dodgers gear is insane. I am a Yankee fan 100%, but the Dodgers gear is insane. I love Dodger gear. I love A's gear, if I'm being honest. I would be lying to tell y'all something else. Shout out to my guy, RTVG. Shout out from Jersey. Shout out to you, brother. My Jersey brother, man. Now, I am not a Dodger fan. I am definitely a Yankee fan. Now I got to start showing y'all the Yankee drip because the Yankee drip is as insane as the Raiders drip. I'm just letting y'all know that. The F up out of here. How's the greatest organization in professional sports history stink? How do we stink, bro? The fucking New York Yankees. Excuse my language. It's a family show. But, let's get to it, y'all. Let's get to it, man. There's a lot going on today. Pete Carroll spoke. John Spytek spoke. But as you see on the thumbnail, man, I look every day, man. I sit up here and I see the Raiders make moves. And my God, man, John Spytek, man, is just the kind of GM. If I were to ever have the opportunity to be a GM, the way that he moves, how methodical he is, the way that he crafts the contracts of these guys so far has been top-notch, A1. There were a lot of people who were saying that he should have went out there and signed EJ Speed. I was a guy in my comments talking about EJ Speed. Man, listen, man. Go on the Indianapolis Colts, message boards and see what they think about EJ Speed. EJ Speed is a name, but does the name in the game line up? Right? So EJ Speed, if the Raiders would have brought him in, would be just as much of a risk, if not more, than bringing in Devin White. And when you guys find out what the Raiders got Devin White for, I mean, my God, it's almost highway robbery. It's almost highway robbery what we got this man for, man. In broad daylight, stuck up. Now check this out. The Raiders added one more linebacker. We know that, free agent Devin White. Now, guys, when you start talking about, how much this deal is freaking worth, man. Bro, this guy has a deal. You ain't going to believe this, man. You ain't going to believe how much this deal is for. Devin White, salary cap charge of $1.3 million. Cash payout of $1.7 million. Cap to cash ratio, $1.4 million. Contract value, $1.1 million. Zero fully guaranteed money. My God. Zero guaranteed money. $1 million. They gave this man a half-eaten sandwich. Hey, Jake Villanueva, listen. I know you're used to hearing this in your personal life. He said, spit it out already. I know you're used to hearing that in your personal life, Jake Villanueva. And also, that's what she said. Bang zoom, Jake. Bang zoom. But that deal is nothing but right. Jake Villanueva, the spit it out master, right there. The F up out of here with that crap. Don't tell me what to do. Jake Villanueva. The F up out of here with your crap. You're going to start this live off on a wrong foot, Jake Villanueva. We're going to get back to the right foot because the great and powerful CGR himself can't get right. Donating 10 Raider Nation Unlimited Wasted Talent memberships for the masses. Oh, my God. The Wasted Talent Army has grown in droves. In droves. Yeah, Peyton, this guy's making me yell already. What the F is wrong with this guy? Shout out to this. Shout out to Jake Spit It Out Villanueva. Oh my God, man. Yo, shout out to Graf, man. Peace and love to my bro. Yo, peace and love. My guy, Raider Mason is in the place. Signed White for Wasted's Platinum Chalice. Oh, that is right. That is right. I would say that this Platinum Chalice is worth a lot more than the Devin White contract. I mean, listen, man. John Spytek is filling his roster out with physical, talented ball players, man. And he is not paying a premium for them. And I'm gonna be real with you. See, everybody thinks when you have cap space, everybody thinks, and they almost feel like it's their money to spend. But the Raiders have to be viable in that free agent market. See, the thing that always made the Patriots a great organization during their heyday is that anytime there was a guy in the middle of the season that was looking for a new deal or that wanted to be traded, the Patriots' name could always be involved in trade discussions because they always had the cap money, they always had a multitude of picks, and they had a quarterback. Man. They had a quarterback, and the Raiders are starting to trend in that direction, man. I'm telling you, man, that deal was nothing but right. Oh my God, man. Oh my God. Now look, man, there's a lot that's been going on. I don't know if you guys have heard, but John Spytek spoke about Austin Gentry, man. And I know you guys heard it. I don't know if you guys heard it. I can't just assume that, right? That's why you're here. So, look, what we're going to do is we're going to get into that. John Spytek spoke about his son's affinity for the Raiders and the idea of the Raiders drafting Austin Gentry, man. He says that his son is pressuring him to pick this generational talent, man. And the Raiders we're no stranger to taking great running backs, right? But his son threatens to break up the family and confront Mark Davis if that man does not draft Austin Gentry, right? John Spytek says, my son has made it no secret that if we don't pick Austin Gentry at 6, he's walking out of the family and he's going to find someone else. He basically told Mark Davis, if my dad doesn't take him, he's doing a bad job, which is insane because he's trying to get his daddy fired, man. Now, he said, my oldest son made it no secret if we don't pick Gentry at 6, he's walking out of the family. And he said that Jack is motivated by fantasy football and touchdowns. He walked right into our building and basically told Mark Davis this. So, look, guys, a lot of people got into some of the comments by Spytek and they say, yo, look, man, he doesn't understand. He's motivated by fantasy football. I'm motivated by building a roster, right? So some people, and I saw people on Reddit talking about this. It popped up, because I saw it pop up in my feed, and they were saying that kind of means that maybe Spytek is not looking to take Genty at 6. And I'm gonna be real with you guys. You guys know I was a guy who initially was not on board with us taking a running back this early, because of the fact that there's so many really, really good draftable running backs in this draft. It to me is the most heavily populated roster. I mean, not roster, but the most heavily populated as far as draftable prospects in the 2025 draft position is running back. Running back is the best position by far. I mean, by far. And so, the way I'm looking at it is, you get BPA in another position, you fill one gap, and then, 2-3 rounds later, you go get a guy that's commiserate to Austin Genty, right? Now, I start doing the work, right? And shout out to my guy and my people's Dominique 5. Shout out to you. Where you been, bro? Yeah, LV. Yeah, you and LV did. And pause, too. Pause. But yeah, man, look, man, everybody has games, good games, bad games, whatever, right? But when I look at this draft and I look at the top 10 players, and I was working on my big board because I have a short series that I'm going to be dropping this week about my big board. I have Genty ranked as the 3rd best player in this draft. And when you start talking about running backs in this draft, there's a substantial gap between Genty and the next guy. There is. If you got Omarion Hampton as the next guy, yeah, from a measurement standpoint, yeah, Omarion Hampton, you can't front on him at all. Big, powerful back. Check out Big Mike Rader. Big Mike Rader just did one of his 30 prospects in 30 days on Omarion Hampton. I also did a piece of work on Omarion Hampton as well earlier this month. Check that out as well. But Genty, the gap between Genty and the other backs in this draft is substantial. Like Henderson and Judkins are guys too that I really, really I'm really high on. But if the Raiders want to make that move, that Brock Bowers kind of move, you got to not worry about the position and worry about the impact of the player. And to me, Genty is the kind of guy, if you bring him in, he makes immediate dividends. He pays immediate dividends because for the Raiders, and there are a lot of people that want people to draft, Tetarola McMillan. And I could be pronouncing his name wrong. And you know what's funny? RJ Harvey I've been ranting and raving about RJ Harvey, but RJ Harvey is a guy that, it's not mutually exclusive that the Raiders take one back. I just believe that the Raiders need to do everything they can to make damn well sure that they're not in the bottom third in the league running the football. You can get RJ Harvey and you could get Genty. You could, because RJ Harvey would probably be there for you in the 4th round. I love RJ Harvey, man. UCF, I do. He's a good consolation prize if you decide to go a different direction at number 6, or if you try to trade down and maybe you get another position later in the 1st round. If you were to go, or say for instance, Shador falls to you or something like that, then RJ Harvey would be a guy. He reminds me a lot of Napoleon Kaufman. Now, Tyler Warren at 6, I don't know, man. Yeah. Y'all say, he said, Wasted could easily pronounce Tetarola, but can't say Ashton. Yo, shout out to my guy. Shout out to my guy, Jack Burton. Yo, peace the Plainfield Cardinals, #1 basketball. Yeah, they got a program and a half in Plainfield, bro. My man Mike Lowry, I think his son is over there too, man, balling out, man. Shout out to the Plainfield Cardinals, man. And there are a lot of people that say taking a running back at 6 is organizational malpractice, and it's not. Because this is the thing, man. Guys, we have a situation where we are in dire straits. We are in dire need of an effective run game. This team will not get to the playoffs. This team won't be at 500 unless they double and triple down on the run game. Look at the Philadelphia Eagles. Look at the Philadelphia Eagles. Look at teams that are making it to the promised land. They are teams that can run the football. They are teams that can pick up first downs without having to throw the football all the time. We're damn near last in the league in rushing. I mean, look, there are a lot of people that want to see the Raiders take Mason Graham. There are a lot of people that want to see the Raiders take this one, that one, right? It all depends on how the board falls. Look, now let's say something happens, right? Let's say that you go quarterback 3 of the first 4 picks of this draft, and we're picking at 6. Then now you have a different scenario now, because there might be a guy that's there that you had not intended to be there. Maybe an Abdul Carter. Well, he'll probably be gone, right? Maybe Travis Hunter. You know, like maybe a Mimbu is there. Maybe, right? But to me, just to me, right? I think short of taking Abdul Carter, I think the Raiders can afford to avoid going the defensive line direction in the first round, because the Raiders have, and I've said this on shorts, I've said this on the last live I did with Graphic. We did the last Graphic Oasis show. The Raiders have doubled, tripled, and quadrupled down on the defensive line. You signed Max Crosby to the richest contract of a non-quarterback in the history of this game until it was topped by Myles Garrett. You went out there in free agency, and most of the big money you spent in free agency was for Adam Butler and for Malcolm Kuntz. Last year, your biggest free agent signing was Christian Wilkins. Now, listen, if you want to continue to make a strength to strength, you can't go wrong by taking a guy like Mason Graham. But I think that the Raiders will be better suited to make an investment elsewhere and to make another positional group a strength. I mean, I'm just being for real here. I'm just being for real here. Like, even a guy like Mimbu, right? Mimbu is a guy that had one good year, man. He's a guy that had one good year, right? Like, the measurables and saying, you know, Will Campbell would be the safer pick, but he's a guy that most likely will wind up at guard. And this is the thing. Do you really want to take a guy at 6 that's going to wind up at guard? Yo, my guy Graham Cam is in a place. Isaiah Randolph is in a place. That's right, man. The wasted lives are going to go sick and silly right now, guys. It is about to start again. I have to listen, guys. You got to bear with me. The Wasted Talent Raider Nation Unlimited show is getting revamped. There are going to be a lot of cool things that we're going to do. I am currently working on my guest room. I'm turning into the Wasted Talent Studios. We're getting some guests on here. It's going to be great. It's going to be great, man. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. Great. It's going to be great. My guy, James Williams, with the $5 holler. The Raiders had 1,357 yards rushing last season. Barkley, Henry, Bijan, Taylor, and Gibbs had more regards. JJ had 1,329. Yeah, bro. Look, listen to me. Josh Jacobs leaving left a crater in the Raider run game. And it also put the Raiders in a situation when they were in close games where they couldn't really win a lot of them close games. Because when you have a pedestrian quarterback, right, when you have a quarterback that is not the greatest, no disrespect to AOC, man, but he's a young guy learning. You don't get those cheap first downs. You don't get those touchdowns in the red zone that you need when you have a pedestrian run game. Now, people say Will Campbell is the pick, right? And Campbell has been excellent at tackle in college, but Campbell has under 33-inch arms, and that is normally a red flag, guys. I'm telling you, Will Campbell is looking to me like he is going to be a terrific guard in the National Football League, but not a tackle. Not a tackle, dude. And not for nothing, Colton Miller would have something to say about him being a left. And listen, DJ Glaze will have something to say about him being a right tackle. The Raiders are okay. The Raiders need guards. And I'm not taking a guard with the 6th pick in the draft. Will Campbell equals Peter Skronsky. Yeah, man. It's looking that way. It's freaking looking that way, man. So what do you do, right? So then people start talking about Will Johnson, right? Look, man, Will Johnson is a guy that people are judging off of his 2023 year. That's what they're judging Will Campbell off of. You're not judging him off of what he did this year. Will Campbell was phenomenal, and he has the kind of tape where you can't forget what he did in 2023. You cannot forget it. But I'm not excited for taking a guy that right now can't work out because he's hurt. I mean, come on. Listen, man, when you start lining it up, if you're not taking a QB, Abdul Carter's not there for you. Travis Hunter's not there for you. McMillan, if you take a guy like McMillan at 6, a guy with some of the and not even, and I'm going to get into the Tetherola McMillan caveat about, that tape that we saw. That tape was old. It was out of context, but that has nothing to do with why I don't want T-Mac at 6, man. And everybody says Will Johnson's not hurt anymore. That's not accurate. And Will Johnson has issues with his hamstring, bruh. McMillan at 6 is a mistake. And it has nothing to do with that video. It has nothing to do with the fact that they say he doesn't read film. It has everything to do with what you see on film. And what you see on film is you see a guy who's not the best route runner. You see a guy who does not separate. You see a guy that, in the Underwear Olympics, he ran a 4.4, but he doesn't play as fast as his 40 time says he does. And you see a guy that has a myriad of contested catches where he's winning in college with these contested catches, but does that happen in the National Football League? He's not that high of a draft pick, bro. When you start looking at some of these receivers, if you were picking 6 and Jamar Chase was there, there's no question you take him. It's no question. Listen, Travis Hunter's there. Wide receiver, corner, whatever, at 6, there ain't no question. The way the guy practices, the way the guy is as a person, there were no questions there, bro. No questions. You take the guy. The fact that there are questions about how much he pours into the game. There are questions about some of his route running and things like that. And the fact that the Raiders are in a situation where they can easily address the X receiver later in the draft or free agency. being that they have a Brock Bowers who can be their number one guy, right? Even though he's a tight end, he can be the number one target on most of their throwing plays. Jacoby Myers is a hell of a receiver. He's like that. The Raiders are not as receiver starved as you might think. But what you are is you are starved for a running game. You're starved for a running game, bro. There's a huge difference between the gap in our receiving room and the gap in this running game. I mean, it's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Guys, yo, shout out to everybody in the chat. Get wasted with your brother, wasted. Tell a friend and tell a friend. We got over 500 in the room. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. But, man, there are a lot of young guys, man, that I would like to see the Raiders take. And if they're so compelled not to take a running back, I'd like to see the Raiders trade back. I'd like to see the Raiders address the cornerback room. And it would not be Will Johnson for me. If it's not Travis Hunter, it's Jahdae Barron for me. Jahdae Barron is a monster. Jahdae Barron is a monster to me, man. From Texas. You're damn right. Listen, let me tell you something. Jahdae Barron is one of them guys. He is a Pete Carroll kind of guy. The only thing with Jahdae Barron is he is not the biggest guy in the world. He's 5'11", right? Pete Carroll likes those big, rangy corners. But to me, Jahdae Barron will be a star in this league. Will be an absolute star in this league. 4.39 40-yard dash. 10-yard split, 1.5 seconds. Vertical jump, 35. Broad jump, 10.3. The kid is a damn stud, man. He's a damn stud. Second team All Big 12 in 2023. He played 14 games, 12 starts, 60 tackles, 4.5 tackles for loss. Yo, interception, 6 pass breakups. Yo, senior year. First team associated All-American. First team All-SEC. Won the Jim Thorpe Award as the nation's top DB. Finalist for the Bronco Nagurski Award. The top defender in the nation. Peach Bowl defensive MVP. Tied for 4th in FBS with 5 interceptions, and he led the team with 11 pass breakups. Had the highest PFF grade out of any DB in college football. Yo, the guy, let me tell you something, man. Can play in the nickel. Yo, above average size, man. He's able to redirect routes. Man, I mean, yo, he's one of them guys who fights, he claws, he knocks the ball out. He's a physical ass corner, man. Physical corner. He's a great zone corner. He's not the best man guy. He needs to be a better tackler, wrap up through tackles, but most corners are, most corners aren't the greatest tacklers in the world, man. And the only thing I can see from a physical standpoint that could be like an issue for him is the fact that he don't got the longest arms in the world. But other than that, man, the kid is a beast, man. The kid is a freaking beast, man. You damn right. You damn right, RTG. I am drafting Jahdae Barron over Will. I am injured with my Hammy Johnson. Will Johnson did not have the greatest year this year, bruh. I mean, do you guys think I'm crazy here? Yo, Jahdae Barron is a beast. The guy led the nation in zone coverage. I mean, we have Mr. Zone Coverage as our defensive coordinator. He would be a dream for Patrick Graham. See, sometimes it's position, it's talent, And then it's the marriage between that and the scheme, too. He led the nation in zone coverage. And he has explosive speed. Yeah, he got alligator arms. Yeah, a little bit. But, man, he fights, man. Do I think I like Will Johnson? But Will Johnson scares the hell out of me because of the fact that he's injury prone already. He's injury prone already, man. He's injury prone all effing ready. I mean, let's be for real here. I mean, are you guys look? Will Johnson is a beast, man. Beast. He's 6'2", long arms. Long arms. Detroit boy. Tough. 5-star recruit. He's been him ever since he came out the womb. But this is the thing, man. He's a third-team All-American in his senior year. He's an honorable mention for the Big Ten. He only had 2 interceptions last year. Now, look, he set the school record for 3 return interceptions for TDs in his career. Return, 2 interceptions for TDs in a single season. He started 6 games, and he missed the second half of the season with a foot injury. Now, his dad, I remember when his father was at Michigan, bro. His dad was at Michigan back in the day, man. He's a Michigan kid. It didn't come from anywhere. I mean, look, man. Look, I like Will Johnson, bro. I do. But the only thing is that I don't know if I'm taking Will Johnson at 6, bro. I'm not taking him at 6. I mean, look. Who do I think is more Pete Carroll's flavor? It's probably Will Johnson. But I'm trying to tell y'all something. Late in the draft, maybe if you got to move back into the first, maybe get him in the second. Keep an eye on Jahdae Barron, guys. Keep an eye on him. But F an eye on him, guys. So hold on, man. It's time to get cooking here, man. I'm up here pontificating on some bull crap, talking about players, and I have not given my my condolences for a great former Raider, offensive lineman John Vella. He was a starter in Super Bowl 11. He died at the age of 74, and the cause of death was not announced, man. He's 74. He played guard for the Raiders. He's a USC legend as well, man. Drafted in the second round of the 1972 draft. Made 8 seasons for our organization. He appeared in 92 games, man. Raider in peace to the great John Vella, y'all. We're going to have a quick moment of silence for John Vella, man. He's before my time, but he's a legendary Raider. He was on our first Super Bowl winning team, and got to give him his respect. You definitely got to recognize the legends of this team, especially for all of the get off my lawn gang, man. Because we got a lot of guys that have been around that long, man. Shout out to my guy, OGDA, man. Rest in peace. Raider in peace. Shout out to our guy, man. Raider in peace, man. Man. It's our heritage, man. Rest in peace, man. It's important. The only thing about, the Raiders' heritage, right? It's something that we've been leaning into too much. It's something that we've been leaning into too much, man. I personally feel, and I know you guys might not like me saying this, right? But I feel like we lean too much on the history of the Raiders, man. And I think it's time for us to start making some new history. It's time, man. It's time. So, guys, man, there's a lot of intel out there that Shedeur Sanders won't land with the Browns or the Giants in the top 3 position, man. There's a lot of there's a lot, and look, man, the Browns, it's looking like they're gonna take Abdul Carter, man. And the Giants would be the team, right? And the New York Giants just brought in 2 veteran quarterbacks. Look, I think the quiet thing that's being said out loud is that people are kicking the can down the street and waiting to next year's draft. I really firmly believe that. I don't know if you're necessarily going to have people reaching for the stars with some of these guys, man. I'm telling you right now, I really, really, really don't think that people are really high on the people in this draft as far as the quarterback position. And we've been saying this all offseason. I really, really believe, man, that you guys are going to see somebody be available for the Raiders that we never expected. Marvin Lewis. Yeah, my man said you can't move on. Marv Lewis, you can't move on when you're holding on to the past. That's a fact, bro. Yo, shout out to CGR, man, being the dirtbag that he is. Shout out to him. Yo, I love James Pierce too, bro. I do. I would not be mad if the Raiders took him. All his off the field problems and all. Bring him on in. Get after that damn quarterback, man. JM said I was saying Hunter might fall to his it's a possibility, right? But I don't think having a defensive head coach in New England that they will be able to resist Travis Hunter because of the fact that he can play wide receiver too. So you can address the defense and you can get Drake May a weapon. I think that's too good of a proposition for the New England Patriots to turn down. And then you also got to realize something too. The Jacksonville Jaguars picked before us, which sucks, but they do. And I can't foresee them not taking that guy. I'm sorry. I see all you guys in there arguing in the chat. I see it, man. I see it. Hey, Space Beast, you're right. Yesterday's price is not today's price. It's time for a new effing history. You know what I'm saying? It is time, yo. It's time, man. It's time, bro. But guys, let me tell you something. We gotta get into some stuff, man. Yo, I see my guy, man. My guy was asking me, what do I think about Dante Thornton, man? You talking about Thornton from Tennessee? Are you talking about Dante Thornton from Tennessee, Dante Thornton Jr.? Sean. Hey, Sean Huggins, do me a favor. Yo, are you talking about Dante Thornton Jr.? Yeah, because, yo, I like that kid, man. Look, man, and that's the thing. I don't necessarily know if Dante Thornton is going to go in the first round, bro, because, the way people are viewing these wide receivers. But, yo, he is definitely a wide receiver that I would love to see in silver and black, bro. Would love to see in silver. The kid is he's just flat out explosive, man. 6'5", man. 6'5". He was at Oregon, from what I understand, bro. He was at Oregon, man. But yo, he's one of the premier deep threats in this draft, bro. 6'5", man. 4'3", 40. Forces defensive coordinators to account for him in every snap, bro. See, he is an X. That kid is an X. Yo, he's really good tracking the ball on deep throws. Man, he moves great. I was going to do a short on Thornton. I think I still am, man. The only thing with him is he would be a guy that if he does come into the building, I would love if the Raiders went and brought a guy like Hunter Renfrow in. Or even went out there and brought in a guy like Amari Cooper to work with Thornton. because his route running is a little suspect, man. He kind of gets open based off of just pure athletic ability. This is the reason why, when people talk about taking McMillan at 6, I think it's a joke. I think it's a joke. You can get a guy. I think this guy could be a better prospect than him. I mean, look, the only thing about Thornton that I see is this. He's 6'5", right? If for some reason he never emerged as a high volume target, they didn't throw to him a whole lot. And that's a red flag for me. But yeah, it's funny, man, because I got all my notes and stuff. I got a lot of notes. I got notes on Thornton right here. It's crazy. I was just taking notes on him. Yo, salute to the great and powerful Taino Raider is in the place. Shout out to Taino, man. Yo, y'all see it? Taino hooked us up, man, when we were down at Bar 8, man. I still got it, Taino. Still got it, man. Love and appreciate you, bro. But yeah, hey, I didn't even know Graf was still in here. Yeah, he says that Tennessee offense. So maybe, but look, man. It still begs to offer, like my ire to why he didn't emerge and be that kind of a prospect. I mean, the guy looks like he's built out of a damn lab. He looks like he's built out of a lab. So, you would think, man. You would think. So, guys, look, man. We got into that. We've been talking about, players and college players and all of this stuff, right? But look, man, I really, 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 really want to get into I want to get into like what's been going on, man. What's been going on around Raiderland? I wanted to get into the Charles Woodson, Max Crosby pod, man. Shout out to Max Crosby. Shout out to Charles Woodson. I love Charles Woodson's answer he gave. He was talking about the Raiders, and I loved how he was able to tightrope, and talk about his love. He said his first love was the Raiders. He won a lot in Green Bay, so he can't turn his back on them. I love that, man. It was a dope interview, man, and it goes to show you the mindset and the psyche of great players, right? I think that personnel departments in the National Football League need to study great players, how they approach things, how they practice. You know what I mean? What they look at, what they see. Like Deion Sanders said something that was dope. He was like, I don't want to see a player's highlights. I want to see them practice. Because the way somebody practice tells me everything about the player. I think that kind of insight, man, is something that people in the Raiders brass need to listen to, man. Like, for real, man. This is one of the reasons why I love the fact that Tom Brady's in the building, man. I'm telling you right now, man. Telling you right now, man. And Tom Brady brings a lot with him. He got TMZ on him, talking crap about him, making false accusations and all of this crap. But you know what I'm saying? Having a guy like that in the building, those intangible things that made him what he was, hopefully he can give a little of insight into how to recognize that into another player. Now, just because a guy like Tom Brady's in the building and he was able to intrinsically motivate himself does not mean that he'll be able to just go and pick that out from another player, right? But let me tell you something, man. I love having a guy like that in the building, man. Now let me ask you guys something, man. The owners' meetings, right? I'm gonna get into a little NFL stuff. The tush push was not banned. And I'm freaking glad about that, man. I mean, what did you guys think about people trying to get the tush push banned? I think it was weak sauce, man. It's like that's a part of football. Like even back in the day when they banned guys, jumping and blocking kicks and stuff like that. I just personally, I don't think they should ban it, bro. I think that's football, man. I think it's football, and it's crazy to me. You got teams that were complaining about it that tried it and attempted. People are soft, man. Yo, shout out to Raider Squid. Where the F you been, Raider Squid? Raider Squid, what the F is going on here? Oh, I don't even know if you even welcomed in here, Raider Squid. Where you been? Shout out to Raider Squid. Yo, my guy Lobo, the scrum is an ancient part of the game. Raider Lobo, you're about to be unceremoniously blocked with that nasty, nasty filth talking about scrums. The F is wrong with you. My guy, Rorschach Raider. Wasted. Where can I pick up that lid? Salute to you. You can't. You can't. Inbox me, Rorschach. I'll tell you. I mean, damn, yo. I got to give y'all all the secrets to the drip. Can't be giving y'all all the secrets to the drip, bro. Hey, Tisa, you wash your mouth out with soap with your crap all the way over there in Orange, California. The F up out of there, Tease. Tease is definitely from California, bro. Tease, I could just tell from the comments. I could tell from the hairstyle. Looking like Frank Zappa. Shout out to my guy Tease. The F up out of here, Tease. It's your crap. I guarantee you Tease is from Cali. I always get a game up. I just don't do it right on the show. I mean, golly. Yo, tell me Tease. Tell me Tease ain't from Cali. Yo, see? That's why he's laughing. Yo, man. Yo, T's crazy, man. Yo, my guy, A. Gonzalez. Seawood played for the Raiders 11 seasons, only 7 in Green Bay. And he went to the Hall as a Packer. No longer my number 1 Raider. That's just me. He went to the Hall as a Raider and a Packer. What you talking about, bro? Don't do that. Don't do that to Seawood, bro. You tripping, bro. Don't do that to Wood, bro. Don't do that, bro. Do not do that to him, man. Please, bro. Yeah, you got to chill, bro. But hold on, man. Hey, guys. So, guys, look, get your questions in. Get your comments in. Yo, let's get to rocking. Guys, yo, there's another cat that I want the Raiders to take a look at late in the draft. I want you guys to go take a look at Josiah Stewart from Michigan, man. Josiah Stewart from Michigan, bro. I'm praying that the Raiders take a look at this guy because I can see Jim Harbaugh taking it. Great young pass rusher out of Michigan, man. Smaller guy. My guy, UA Mel. Since you on the Genty train, find one running back in the history of the NFL that won a Super Bowl with the team that drafted him. I'll give you Emmitt Smith. I'll give you another one, Marcus Allen. Listen, young fella, you got to chill with that. There's a lot of running backs that won a Super Bowl with the team that drafted him. Walter Payton won a Super Bowl with the Chicago Bears. Marcus Allen, I mean, it's going down the line with some of these guys. You know? But as far as the Raiders go, Marcus Allen. Yeah, UA Mel. Yeah, young fella. Listen, just because your young ass wasn't around. Nah, Jerome Bettis didn't win. Jerome Bettis wasn't drafted by the Steelers. He was drafted by the LA Rams, bro. Roger Craig is another one. Jamal Lewis. Talking about going back 100 years, bro. We ain't have to go back 100 years. What you mean? But it's just crazy you have a question like that, and is one of our guys that won a Super Bowl with the team that drafted him. So, you know, it's a little crazy there. You know, I don't know. I mean, yo, anybody recent? I mean, look, we got to go back into. Oh yeah, Terrell Davis. You act like Terrell Davis. TD wasn't drafted by the Broncos, bro. TD was drafted by the Broncos. What the F you talking about, bro? He said anybody in the last 20 years. Bro, look, man. Reggie Bush. Reggie Bush won a Super Bowl with the Saints. Reggie bust. Edgerrin James didn't win a Super Bowl with the Colts. They got rid of him by then. Marshall Faulk didn't win a Super Bowl with the Colts either. Faulk was drafted by the Colts. You know? Jay Bird, he goes, wasted. How do you feel about White as an every down linebacker? I think he's going to be great. Look, I don't know how they're going to use him, bro. I don't know how they're going to use Devin White, bro, because you got to understand something. Devin White was the Mike linebacker. I don't know if Devin White can cover. Now, this is the thing, right? Hopefully, Devin White can develop. Devin White is still a young player, bro. Hopefully, he can develop and kind of make that leap in coverage the way that Robert Spillane did. Hopefully, he can, bro, because everything else is off the charts, man. And look, when you start talking about running backs, I know UA Mel is talking about great running backs, right? You know, I Isaiah Pacheco is not a guy that you look at and say that he's a great running back, right? So I understand. I get it. I get it, man. You know, and you gotta go back some joints to, you know, find a great running back that won a Super Bowl. But bro, the thing about the Raiders and the thing about the way we go about our business, we can't go about our business based off of what everybody else was doing, bro. That's not the way we've ever been here. It's not the way we've ever been here, bro. We go the road less traveled. We're the Raiders. That's what we do. And we have to address the needs in our building. We gotta follow our board. If you got a guy in the draft that falls to you, that is you have him rated as a top 3 player in his draft, you effing take him. My guy S. Dot with the $10 holler. While they're at it, ban the dive run play, the QB sneak, and the blocking fullback position, and pulling guards, and block immediate pass rushing 5 seconds delay, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. Get that F up out of here. Get that F up out of here. That's right, S. Dot. They're taking the physicality out of the game. They got to stop with this shit. It's enough, man. It's enough, bro. It is enough. It is an F enough. Guys, get your questions in. Big Mike Raiders in the place. Yo, y'all, me and Big Mike. Yeah, see, UA Mel, listen, I'm sorry that you're 5 years old and you started watching football in 2008. But it's bigger than your limited football knowledge, you young fella, you young whippersnapper. The F up out of here with your crap. See Gabe go with the $5 holler. I really think we need to pick up a guard before round 5. Meredith struggles to be mid. A potential starting guard helps Geno in that run game. Yes. 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 Okay, UA Mel. All right, UA Mel. Listen, man, you listen, bro. You look like you fresh out the pack, young fella. You younger than me, though. You younger than me. Shout out to UA Mel. He's 43. He a grown ass gorilla up in here. He's still younger than me. Get the F up out of here, Anthony, for you get blocked with your crap. Joseph Adai is not an all-time great running back, bro. Don't bring up no effing Joseph Adai. The F up out of here. We know what UA Mel was trying to say, man. Don't do that, bro. Dirt is younger than you. Teaser, get the F up out of here, Tease. Tease, you old as Methuselah, man. You age like shoe leather. Like an old gym bag. The F up out of here. Yo, make sure y'all subscribe to our brother, Big Mike Raider. Yo, 30 prospects in 30 days. It is sweeping Raider Nation. Let me tell you guys something. Big Mike Raider and I will be doing a show maybe tomorrow. I got to ask him. But we will be going over the 30 prospects in 30 days. Get with it or get lost. My guy, Daniel Jeremiah, said it would be perfectly adding a running back in the first round if your team is not ready to compete and you're wasting your time on the first contract, the first round. I don't want to hear that. We need to get back to respectability, bro. We need to get back to respectability by any means necessary. By any means necessary, bro. We need to get back to respectability. Respectability, bro. That's what time it is. It's respectability time, bro. And look, if the Raiders bring in Genty and he gives us 5 great years, then fine. If he gives us 5 great years and we make the playoffs and then we move on and we bring in a kid behind him, but the team is a perennial playoff team, I'm okay with that. But you got to get back to respectability. You got to get back to respectability. We not going to add Brandon Jacobs to that list because Brandon Jacobs was not an all-time great running back. Brandon Jacobs was a guy who barely was the starter. He wasn't the starter. Ahmad Bradshaw started over a lot of the times. And F Brandon Jacobs because I don't like him. F him. Met him before. He was nasty and he's an asshole. Big guy, but he's an asshole. F him. Yeah, Ty Davis, you get the F up out of here with your crap. Where you at, Ty Davis, being late? Yo, my guy Silver face in a place. Genty reminds me of that McFadden pick. What you think, my boy? It is like that, bro. It is like that. But I think it'll pay dividends because we're in a better position as an organization, bro. Like I think we got a bit of a little Raider PTSD, right? And I think to complete the meal, the Raiders need to not look at what everyone else in the National Football League is doing by taking him. Like, when you look at this defense, right, that defensive line is primed, is ready to go. Defensive line is ready to go. The secondary might be a player or two away, right? But the defense as a whole, is ready to compete. They're a like top of the crust kind of positional group, right? The offensive line is a player away. If you take JPJ, you start the year off and put him at center. Alex Kappa in between JPJ and Colton Miller. If Colton Miller returns to form, which it looks like he did, you have another year DJ Glaze, and then now you got to figure out the other guard position, and maybe you might have to have somebody compete with Kappa. If Kappa's your backup, you got a damn good line. So you kind of address the trenches on both sides, right? Right. So now, secondary player away. You got Geno Smith. You located the quarterback for the, you got a middle of the road guy that can get it done. The receiver group, player away. The running back room at this point is a little horrendous. Sincere McCormick is a decent player. Dylan Laube, he's a friend to Graphic Raiders channel. I've never met the gentleman, but he has a lot to prove in this league. When you have a person who is a veritable buzzsaw at running back, if you could have a guy that can come in and be a potential rookie of the year guy, come in and do exactly what you expect him to do at this level. If he can be that generational guy that people are saying he is. If he can make that LaDainian Tomlinson kind of an impact on your organization, you got to take him. Because even if you get the prime of his career and you move on from him, you have just elevated this team from a team that is a possible 500 team to a team that can compete for a playoff spot. He said, calling Reggie Bush, Reggie Buss is diabolical. It's diabolical non-football knowledge. You better than that wasted. Listen, did he look? Reggie Bush was a good NFL player. He was good. But we thought Reggie Bush was the second coming of Barry Sanders or some shit like that. So in the minds of all of us, right, the only running back that I've seen as hyped as Reggie Bush pre-NFL, I mean, you had guys like Ricky Williams and you had guys like Marshall Faulk, but he reminds me of how Marshall Faulk was getting hyped up. Like Reggie Bush coming to the league and being like a receiver, scat back, kick returner kind of running back. To me, I called him Reggie Bust. It was a joke between me and my homies. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is, man. Get the F up out of here with your crap. Call what I want. Pillaging just for fun. If Abdul is there, you still taking him over Genty? Yes, I am. Because Abdul Carter, to me, is the best player in the draft. Abdul Carter's the best. And I've been saying that all season. You can go back. Abdul Carter's the best player in his draft. And having Abdul Carter matched up with Max Crosby will be generational. I mean, my God, man, this defense, that'll take this defense right to the top of the crust, man. Yeah, they compared him to Gale Sayers. He was good, but not great, and that's the fact. Yeah, let me chill. Let me not call Reggie Bush Reggie Bust, man. Reggie Bush was all right, man. It's a joke. Yeah, I know, right? We old as hell, bro. Talk about Run DMC. Shout out to Run DMC. Yo, shout out to Run DMC, man. What did Detroit Buddha will be making an appearance? Detroit Buddha always comes and, rematerializes himself during the draft. He's an apparition for the Raiders. He will be back. Jalen Walker, listen, Jalen Walker is not similar to Abdul Carter, bro. You are tripping, bro. Tripping, you big tripping, bro. Wasted is still breakdancing with cardboard box from the 80s. Raider Low, so you got to get the F up out of here with your disrespect. Let me tell you something. That's bad funny, bro. That's bad funny. You know what's funny? I remember, my cousin Terry is a singer. She had a record contract. My aunt was a big singer and stuff like that. And when my brother and I were younger, she had us break dance on her show. My brother used to be able to do all of that crap. Yo, that's hilarious, Joe. F you. But yeah, look, man, I'm up here rambling on, y'all. Get y'all questions in. If not, I'm gonna get off the air and I'm gonna go have dinner and I'm gonna go down in the basement and work out. Get y'all questions in, man. We'll rock and roll until 8 p.m. EST, 5 p.m. PST. We got 13 more minutes here. The F is going on here. You said where the film at? It's lost in the 80s, man. Yo, he said I go back to the days of T. La Rock. What you know about T. La Rock, yo? What you know about T. La Rock, man? Hey, Ty, you know what you just did, bro? You talk about it's yours. That means you just as old as I am, Ty. Old bastard. try to masquerade as a YN. Yo, Ty, you a funny dude, bro. Ty Davis hey, Ty about to be a whole granddaddy. So, but it's yours. Get the F up out of here with that, yo. All right, so look, here we go, right? Yeah, Ty, that's my dog, man. That's my dog, man. AC Yabar, that's my dog too, man. So, yo, y'all got any more questions? If not, we can get up out of here. We can get up out of here. I mean, yo, I wanted to talk about, some wide receivers, man. Yo, it's a kid from Stanford I really like, man. It's a kid from Stanford I really, really like. I can't pronounce his last name. Oh my God, I can't pronounce his name, bro. Damn it, my guy S. Dot, man. Gabe Jackson, 330, squat mass 630, bench press 33 pounds. Incognito came in at 305 as a center and moved to guard later at 320, 29 bench press reps, 700-pound max squat. These are successful guards. Look, bro, I'm going to be honest with you, man. Armin Membu is a guy that I like. Armin Membu. The thing is that we're just basing it off of his senior year. And if I'm taking an offensive lineman, and Graf and I were having this conversation during his show, I was at work and, I'm texting back and forth and stuff. The thing is, for me, I can't see myself taking a guard at 6 unless I'm drafting Zach Martin or Quentin Nelson, bro. I mean that's pretty much where I'm at with it. I can't see myself taking a guard that early, bro. Yo, my guy S. Dot with the $20 bomb. Armin Membu, 324, bench press reps 31, max squat 600-pound, perfect guard. Knowing our previous successful guards, these numbers are higher. Are the guard foundation. JPJ, max squat 500 pounds. Before a guard, you will want 600 pounds or higher. Yo, listen, S. Dot's speaking the gospel on the thick frames. You know how we are with the thick frames on this show, man. Yo, UA Mel, I disagree, bro. I think Armin Membu might wind up being a guard, bro. I agree with S. Dot, bro. I agree. And yo, and Tyler Booker is another guy. Tyler Booker reminds me of Chance Warmack. I don't know if you guys remember Chance Warmack, but he reminds me of him, man. I think what's going to happen in this draft, you're not going to have the tackles. You might have 2 tackles, but you're not going to have. You're gonna have a bunch of Pro Bowl guards out of this draft. I'm telling you right now. You might have guys that might start out as tackles, but a lot of these guys are gonna wind up to be Pro Bowl guards, man. I'm telling you right now. Yeah, but Tyler Booker reminds me of Chance Warmack, and as you guys remember, Chance Warmack didn't have the greatest career, man. He did not have the greatest career, man. Yo, my guy Jay Bird in the place, man. Wasted. How do you feel about the wide receiver, Jalen Royals? His yak is crazy. He's always looking for daylight, just as good as T-Mac. Try getting him in the 3rd or 4th round. Yo, look, Jalen Royals is from Utah State, man. I like him. 6-foot guy, so he's not, when you start talking about T-Mac, look, those measurables are something that you have to take into account. That's something, that's the reason why, with some of the negative things that have come out about T-Mac, he's still going to wind up being a 1st-round pick, bro, because there's going to be a team that's going to fall in love with the archetype. They're going to fall in love with the frame, and they're going to draft him. And look, maybe they might be able to develop him. But, yo, Jalen Royals is a baller, man. It's just, this is the thing about Jalen Royals, man. He doesn't have a lot of tape, bro. Like, he only played 2 seasons as a full-time player in college and a producer in college, right? And like he like shows up like kind of like average when it comes to his quickness and foot speed. So like the thing is, he is a guy that is he's a prospect. I mean, he's a project. He's only 6 feet tall, but it's the thing with him, man. He's one of those guys that fight. He reminds me of like James Jones. from the Packers and from my former Raiders. He's one of those kind of guys. I like him, but I wouldn't take a sniff on Royals until like the third round. Shout out to my guy Jake Villanueva with the 99-cent holler. Shout out to Lord Buddy Bear. Wasted. We on football soccer time since you were late 10 minutes. So I'm extending your live for 10 minutes, yo. Shut up. Yo, shout out to my guy Lord Buddy Bear and the place to be, man. Yeah, and look, S-Dot, look, when you want to talk about the thick frames, S-Dot is your guy. S-Dot is your guy. Yo, I don't know what, yo, yeah, Justin Simmons is still out there. I don't know why people aren't taking a flyer on him, man. Yo, the F up out of here, Will of the Wave. Love you, man. Shout out, man. Shout out to you, bro. Shout out to you, man. But guys, yo, look. There's a few people that, for me, my guy Intel in the place, man. Yo, circle back and watch it later, Intel. Shout out to my brother Intel. But yo, look, there's another guy that if you're going to go and you're going to address this line right later in the draft, Derek Harmon is a guy that I want the Raiders to take a flyer on. I mean, Derek Harmon reminds me a lot of Chris Jones when he's coming out of Mississippi State, man. Derek Harmon, bro. Derek Harmon is nice, bro. That's another guy. I'm going to do a short on Derek Harmon when I get off of the air, guys. Yeah, I haven't heard anything about Justin Simmons either. The thing is this for Simmons, bro. It's cool to bring in some of these big name free agents that have been good in the past. He's not old by any means, any stretch of the imagination. The thing is that I think the Raiders have a lot of developmental prospects at that position, and I'd like them to see that through. I would like them to see that through, man. I want the Raiders to develop the talent in-house. I think that's one of the things that Pete Carroll kind of alluded to, man. I would like to see Pete Carroll continue to develop some of these guys. I love the fact that he hasn't just thrown the baby out with the bathwater, man. I love that, man. I love that. I love that, man. Now, guys, real quick, let's do a mock draft on the way out, man. Let's do a mock on the way out, guys. We'll do a mock on the way out. You guys will love it. We know that some people are going to hate it. We know Anthony's going to hate whatever I do. F him. F him. But, yo, we are going to start with our mock draft. We're gonna make it quick, yo. We're going to make it snappy. So give me a C, a bouncy C. No trades. Raiders on the clock. McMillan is on here. Genty's here. Jade Barron, Tyler Warren, Malachi Starks, Armin Mimbu. I am taking Ashton Genty. Like your life effort depended on it. Now, guys, you got a lot of talent here, man. Now, Tyleik Williams is the guy that I love out of Ohio State, man. Nick Emenwari is a beast. Demetrius Knight Jr. is a beast, man. We can revolutionize this freaking linebacker room. Azare Thomas is a beast too, man. So, guys, look. We talking BPA. But look, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and I'm going to think a little out of the box here. I'm going to take Nick Emenwari. He's a guy who's set. See, and then now we're back here. Shamar Turner is available. Damn, what kind of draft is this? I'm going to take Shamar Turner, man. We're going to beef up that defensive line. It's time to go get us a quarterback, man. We can get a quarterback. We can get a wide receiver. I think we got to address this wide receiver room, man. Isaiah Bond is my guy. I'm taking Isaiah Bond. So Dylan Gabriel's available. Mullins. Tyler Barron. Nice edge. Let me see what kind of linebackers are still available here. We haven't gotten a linebacker. I'm going to go on ahead and take my man Danny Stutzman out of Oklahoma. It's one of my favorite linebackers in this draft. Okay, now it's time to go, and we haven't gotten a tackle. We haven't gotten a tackle. We haven't gotten a quarterback. I'm going to go on ahead and get us a guard. Dylan Fairchild out of Georgia, man. Damn. Haven't addressed the corner position. Haven't addressed the corner position, man. Let me address that corner position, man. Sorry, cornerback. Fentrell Cypress. Tommy Hill is a guy. I love Tommy Hill too, man. But Fentrell Cypress, the second out of Florida State, is a beast, man. Round 6. Still haven't addressed the quarterback, and we still don't give a damn. I'm taking my guy, Ricky White. We doubling down. Yo, round 7. Brady Cook, Tyler Shuck, still there. I can get me a quarterback. I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I can go on out here and get me a freaking quarterback as a UDFA, man. I really can, but I'm not gonna do that, right? Curtis Rourke and Tyler Shuck. Brady Cook is a beast too. Now Curtis Rourke, big guy. Tyler Shuck, older, another big guy. I'm gonna go with Tyler. I'm gonna go with Tyler, man. I'm gonna go with Tyler. They're great in my draft. They're great in my draft. What do y'all think? What do y'all think, man? Silverface, my guy. I wouldn't sleep on Quinn Ewers. I mean, he held the Manning off of taking his job. That's true. That's true. Hey, Big Mike, you know you got Fat Pete. You better cut that shit out. Damn, bro, this got to be your best mock draft yet. We got Genty, the first round. We got Nick Amenwari. We got the new Cam Chancellor to pair up with Pete Carroll. Shamar Turner is probably the best interior defensive lineman in this draft, not named Mason Graham. We got Isaiah Bond. We have our deep threat wide receiver, Danny Stutzman. We got an outside linebacker, Dylan Fairchild. Man, they gave me a D+, but Dylan Fairchild is an effing beast. I like Dylan Fairchild. Fentrell Cypress, man. We got a starting corner. A+ draft. Thank you. Thank you. And Anthony, you're going to get blocked with your crap. That F up out of here. The disrespect is real. You guys know. Yo, Tyler Shuck, we got an A in the 7th round. Hey, Big Mike. Big Mike. For real. Big Mike. For real. A- is my boy. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Big Mike. Give me a draft grade. A+. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I mean, what, you guys want me to run another one real quick? Look, I'll run another one. I'll show you guys how great and powerful wasted talent does. The F up out of here with y'all crap. So we're going to go a little different here. We're going to go a little different here. So I don't want to do the exact same thing I did before, right? Right? I don't like McMillan at all. I'm not taking him. You know, Jahdae Barron is right there. Love Jahdae Barron. They got Will Johnson ranked a little lower than him. Tyler Warren is a beast. You know, Malachi Starks, man. But, yo, what we're going to do is we're going to go and get this year's. Let me see if there's any trades. You know what we're gonna do? We are going to offer this trade to the Chicago Bears. 10th pick and the 39th pick. So you know what I'll do? I'll offer them a 7th rounder. Let me offer this one. Let's offer them this one. Boom. The trade's been accepted. We're going to resume the draft. We've traded down, ladies and gents. We've traded down, and guess what? With us trading down, I could take a Malachi Starks. I could take a Will Johnson. I could take, damn. I'm going to go on ahead and take my guy, Jahdae Barron. Now, Jack Beck is there. I like him, but I'm not a big Jack Beck guy. I'm taking my guy, Demetrius Knight. I'm sorry. And guess what? I'm going to go and address our defensive interior, our defensive line. Take a Tyleik Williams out of Ohio State. Absolute beast. Damn it. I got all of these damn picks now, man. Shamar Turner, we're doubling up. I don't give a damn. We are doubling up, everybody. Now, we got to go on ahead and get us a running back here, man. I'm tripping. I ain't get us a running back. Jaden Blue. Bashar Smith. I like Bashar Smith, too. He used to be a wide receiver. He used to be a wide receiver, too, man. Cam Scatterbo. So, yo, the running backs are kind of freaking, man, yo. It's slim pickings here, man. But you know what? I am going to. This is a bad draft, man. I'm taking my guy, Oladeju. I'm going to go on ahead, get Quinn, bring on Quinn. We got our quarterback of the future. Did not get a running back. Did not get a running back. That's nasty work. That is nasty work. Dante Thornton got us another wide receiver, our big 6'5", Dante Thornton, baby. Rondé Gasset. So we got to go and get us a running back. I'm tripping, y'all. Damn it. Damn it. There's nobody left. Jaquavius Marks, come on home. I know y'all gonna get this draft a damn F. I'm not even looking, y'all. I am not even looking. I don't even want to hear y'all crap, man. I'm gonna go get me a tackle. Holland Pierce, the big 6'8" Rutgers boy. Man, you talk about talent. You talk about talent. What a great effort. I don't care what you guys. It's a great draft. F you guys. The F up out of here, man. Hey, Big Mike, get the F up out of here. Jack Mehofer. The F up out of here with your crap. Yo, my ass top with the $20. I'm sure the Raiders are in trouble if they don't draft two guys at guard because JPJ is better than everybody in the interior. He needs to stay at center with two guys, numbers besides him, and that's a no. Wait, hold up. My guy, Roshak with the $5 holler, man. Wasted draft with his head. I draft my head and grab drafts with his heart. Nothing wrong with that, in my opinion. Wasted, keep up the excellent work, my brother. Yeah, man, don't compare me to Graphic Hater in his nonsensical drafts. The F up out of here. Thank you, Grab. I hope you do unsubscribe. Because guess what? Before you unsubscribe, I'm blocking you. Bullet head, get the F up out of here with your crap. Come with your negativity. Coming here with his crap. Do you see this freaking draft? Yo, I'm gonna snapshot this draft and watch how many of these guys do well in the National Football League. Thank you, CGR. The gout, yo, Big Mike, you about to get blocked too. Graf is a terrible GM. Booger picking ass, the F up out of here, man. You guys loved it, But guess what? It's 8:08. It's time for me to go eat dinner. I appreciate each and every one of you. You guys know you love this draft. You loved it. Anthony, you've been blocked every day of the week. Yo, this is the guy. You know what's funny? It's funny, man. Our very own Footsets Rex is here. He tells me to stick to feet, bro. When he literally tells you to wipe your feet every episode. This is the real man with the foot fetish. And what we're going to start doing is calling this man the Foot Clan. Leader of the Foot Clan. Big Mike said, you never see the worst draft? Well, guess what, Big Mike? Get the F up out of here with your crap. I seen the worst draft the last time you drafted. Look like a thick bag of groceries. Talking that crap to me. Get the F up out of here, man. Mike Mayock would definitely approve. But you guys have a great, great, great night. Great night. Everybody have a great night except Graphic Hater. Everyone have a great night. Yo. Shout out to y'all. Hey, yo, y'all remember, man, like my man always says, man, like he always says. God! Wow! Get that F up out of here, Graph. You guys have a good night, man. I'll see y'all.